Welcome to Adventures with a Very Small Lathe.
As some of you already know, I'm in the process of moving home. My workshop is packed up in storage, my house is on the market, and I'm currently staying with the family halfway across the country. This means all my regular projects are on hold, as I only have a tiny borrowed work area in this small storage shed. I'm not going to stop projects and videos entirely though, so I've bought a small project to work on until we have a new place and a new workshop set up. My old place was small and cluttered, so it felt like a really bad idea to try and sell it with the kitchen converted into a machine shop. For the last few months I've been packing stuff up, deep cleaning and fixing things so it looks like a decent kitchen again. While my place is clean, tidy and being viewed by potential buyers, I'm house sitting for some relatives at their house in the country. I spent some time looking through video comments and poking through on eBay looking for something to work on, as I don't have room for all the bits and pieces I'd need to work on the Chinese lathe while I'm here. In the end, inspiration came from a friend of mine who restores model tanks. He's been looking for a small cheap lathe to remake model gun barrels and other small parts, and he asked me about a really small lathe he found online. I liked the look of it, and we found a few similar lathes for sale which looked like good buys and were going for auction. We ended up getting one each. His for the tank projects and mine for my holiday project. The plan is to make a series of pretty short videos about the lathe as I clean it, fix it up and learn how to get the best out of it. I don't have most of my tools and tooling available, and I don't have any of the other machines around to help out, so the focus of the videos will be starting with this lathe from scratch and finding inventive ways to build up its capabilities. I'll start out by stripping it down and cleaning it, reassembling it and getting it in good working shape. Then I'll move on to basic turning, exploring what the machine is capable of, testing its limits and discovering its foibles. After that I'll see what's available to extend its capabilities and see if there are any cool ways to bootstrap some improvements using the lathe itself. It's a lot smaller than both my German Proxxon and my Chinese lathe, but has a reputation for being really well made and capable. It also has a few major design differences which are fairly unique, which I'll talk about in future videos. In the future, once I have my new place and the new workshop online, I'll be able to do a three-way comparison between the lathes, which I hope will help others who are interested in the hobby choose what kind of lathe they want to start with. The lathe I bought is a Unimat SL. Let's take a look at what I've got. This lathe was one of several that belonged to a retired engineer. From what I know, they used them to make small models of steam locomotives. This one has been customised significantly. The most obvious change is the motor. From the factory, the Unimat SL has a small motor mounted via a bracket on the spindle. The previous owner has fitted this much larger motor by attaching it to the lathe base. The second obvious change is the lathe has been mounted on a heavy shop-made steel base, painted a slightly darker green. This base will make the lathe a lot more rigid and also provides a solid mounting for the heavy motor. It also has this mounting point, which we'll talk about properly in a future video. The lathe came with this lever fitted into the headstock with an obvious pinion machined into the end, which meshes into what must be a rack machined into the spindle. I think I know the lever's purpose, but we'll find out for certain in a future video. The spindle seems to rotate just fine, but with the chuck fully extended, the jaws collide with the motor housing, which is something I'll need to sort out. The cross slide is also free moving, but the carriage looks a lot simpler than any lathe I've used before. Rather than running along ground ways on a cast iron bed, the ways of the Unimat are these parallel round bars. The cross slide also has ways made from parallel round bars, and unlike most lathes has no compound slide. It doesn't even look as though there's enough height to add a compound slide even if a suitable one was available. The most obvious ways to machine tapers isn't available, so if it's possible at all on this lathe then there must be done some other way. Like most really small lathes, the tailstock is a single casting, but it feels pretty solid and the movement is still smooth. It has quite a bit of backlash though. I'm really looking forward to getting to know the Unimount SL, and I hope you'll enjoy coming along for the ride and perhaps learn something too. If you're too impatient to wait for my videos, go and check out Paul's series at the Knackler's Workshop, where he did a complete disassembly and restoration of his Unimount SL. Link at the top right or in the description below. If you have any ideas of what you'd like to see or learn about this lathe, give me a shout in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching, take care, I love you all.